Welcome back, everybody. Good afternoon. And welcome back to the 7th UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism here at Nara Prefectural Convention Hall. And I would like to also welcome back the online viewers who are watching this online and on YouTube. Good to have you back. And did you go on this on the field work today? Yeah. Where did you go? What did you eat? What did you drink and see? I can't wait to hear about your experiences this morning. And that's why in the next session, we're going to put the spotlight on you and our participants. And I would like to ask the audience here, your participants, to let us know what you learned through this morning. And to lead the session, I have the pleasure to invite to the stage the coordinator of the Master's Degree of Gastronomy Tourism at Basque Culinary Center. Please join me in welcoming Mr. David Mora.
Thank you very much. I suppose you can hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Okay, fantastic. So welcome everyone. I hope you had fun. We had fun, group 7. We've been mochi pounding. That was a great experience. I hope the rest of the groups also had such an experience like we do. So we run out of time. We have a bit of a delay. So I think we're gonna maybe cut a little bit the process that we prepared for this session. Anyway, it's going to be very easy, and because the purpose of it is that you share the experience with the rest of the attendees. This is not working. Well, no big deal. So we're going to have 2 rounds. Initially, we planned for 3 rounds, but we have to finish at half past 3. So we're going to do just 2 rounds. In the first round, we would like you to share your experience with the rest of the table mates. The rest of the people, allegedly, you come from different excursions. So the point would be first, of course, you introduce yourself. You do a bit of a networking. That's also the main of it. And then you're going to share the experience that you have had today, this morning. And for that, we're going to give you about 10 minutes, more or less. And then after that, we're going to ask you a question. So then you will have to share with the rest of the room, with the rest of the attendees, well, the answers to that question. And before we do that, or while you are sharing with the rest of the table mates your experience, you have to assign a speaker for each table, because he or she is going to be the one who answers for each table. Okay. So now we start 10 minutes more or less. Please share with the rest of the table mates your experience and trying to start evaluating more or less what you experienced, because we're gonna make you a question afterwards about it. Please start. Thank you very much. Hay uno que está solo, supongo que es porque no hablan. 5 more minutes and we will start with the first 2 questions. 5 minutes and please pick a speaker. One minute left. Please decide who's going to speak up for each table. All right. So first question, first 2 questions, we're going to do them together. The first will be, which is a common best practice that you detected on the different experiences that you have seen. And this will be the first question, but at the same time, I would like you to look for a common, let's say, mistake or room for improvement that you see, let's say, transversal to all the experiences that you had today. So these two questions, and so take now like 5 minutes more or less, and then I will ask the speakers to share with the rest of the room these two elements, okay? Good practices and then room areas for improvement that you have noticed from the experiences. Come on, let's work. Just 1 minute left. Please write down good practices and suggestions for our friends here in Japan. I will ask you in one minute. Okay, so we're going to start with table number 1, and by table number 1 I mean the one on my left-hand side, those who are still talking. Can you give the mic to the speaker, whoever he is or she is? Okay, so we're gonna start with you if you don't mind. So as I said, a good practice, one or two good practices that you noticed, and then some proposals.
Okay. Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be the first. So our table, we took various experiences, different fields of Japanese culture. We had sake brewery, culinary and agriculture institute, traditional cooking school, and myself, I've been in rice tea plantation and mochi pounding experience. We were making these Japanese rice cakes. For everybody was agreeing that it was a very nice experience. It was super exciting. We all appreciated how Japanese are keeping the culture, how they keep the traditional techniques. And this is a very nice way to also keep the craftsmanship that is involved in this traditional way of cooking, producing, or preserving. And I think the only kind of negative side or place for improvement would be Japanese language, and maybe also to get the younger people involved in these crafts and traditions, because sometimes we heard that they are not that involved in these traditions. So, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Next one, maybe Madalena, can you share yours?
Okay. But first of all, I think we all appreciate a lot what we did this morning, so thank you for that. And our table said that basically, well, the hospitality was excellent and very caring and very careful. We actually have a different feeling regarding what you just said, because we visit places where we got the feeling that there was giving a chance to the next generation. So this is definitely a best practice. And it was, yes, and what else, guys? Because then we can go about what we can improve. What we can improve is more explanation, because we wanted to know more, because it was so great that we wanted to know more about it, about everything we tried. And this is definitely most important thing. Another thing that we notice is that, okay, this is delicate, but we are in a sustainable environment. We are talking about this. I think it's important to fit every detail of the program with this concept. So, you know, no plastic bottles, no, these kind of things that doesn't really fit what we were saying in these days. Apologies if I do this critic, but I think it's to build up a new conversation.
Okay, grazie. Thank you very much. Next table over there. Okay. I think it's table. My glasses.
Hi everyone. So we also did all the same experiences as everyone else. We all had a fantastic time. When it came to talking about the best practices, what we all found was a common trend was how mindful people are with regards to their environment and using what they have locally. So there's a lot of local produce and making sure that what was on the table for us or what was used as part of the experience came locally. So in terms of caring for the environment, we found it to be incredibly important, and it was highlighted to us as well, and it was a highlight for us to see just how mindful our hosts were. In terms of improvement, I think it's a bit difficult. We all had an amazing time and it was very memorable, so it was a bit difficult to find areas for improvement, but a theme that had come up was that because the local people aren't so used to international travelers, there's a sentiment that they have to add something extra to their traditions to cater to the traveler. So it would be great if there was an understanding that showcasing your culture and your identity through what already exists is best, rather than having to add something to cater to the tourist. So that's really what we highlighted. Otherwise, I could go on about the best practices. It was awesome. Thank you.
Now I think it's table F. Are you F? Yeah? Okay, so please go ahead.
All right, so for our team, actually, I think the common best practice that we were able to distinguish was that there's this cultural aspect in everywhere we went. On how they actually do, let's say, from the food and everything, culture is always embedded. And at the same time, I think similar to the other tables, there was always the local produce being used in all of the ingredients and what is being served. And I think for the areas to be improved, I think we all agreed on marketing and promotions, because some of our colleagues here went to a place that was really little known compared to the other destinations. So I think that's something that we can do to help promote those little known destinations. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. And then we will continue with table E. Oh, so it changed, yeah, okay. So the C one?
With our team, what we all agreed upon for the best practices is the revival of the cultural heritage and the heritage aspect. It was very genuine in all of our experience that we discussed, really genuine, and also we all enjoyed that we interacted and we did the things that the locals did. So that was a really a plus. In terms of the room for improvement, there was little shops in most of our visits, and we wanted to buy souvenirs, and we wanted to support the local community, and that's a part of the experiences. You have to support the local community, but unfortunately they did not accept credit cards, and we were not prepared with enough cash. I personally wanted to buy a lot of stuff, but I couldn't because I didn't have cash on me. I wasn't prepared. So I think that's, if you're going to do this for travelers and tourists, you have to have the flexibility of accepting credit card, not just cash. But overall, the experiences were amazing. They were unique and just very, very genuine. That was the highlight of the experiences itself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is true that now in a society in which we are getting rid of money itself and going towards a virtual payment scheme, that is something that maybe they have to tackle. Next one, Sarah. I think you're going to be, okay.
Hi, everybody. We all thoroughly enjoyed our days. It was really, really, really special for us to get out there and see very different things, but we all agreed on something that was really unique and kind of drove the experience together for all of us, and that was this feeling of connectivity. We all noticed that throughout the duration of our tours, no matter what we did, no matter what the order was, every aspect of it was connected, and everything had this beautiful kind of tying together and this beautiful link between the experiences, and it really left us all feeling a strong connection to the local area, to the culture, to really understanding what the goals of these different tours were. So that was really wonderful. I think in terms of what can be improved, we all wish that they were a little bit longer, that we had a little bit more time to engage a little bit deeper. And I think in general, just more connection with the things that felt a little bit out of our realm of touch as foreigners to be able to understand a little bit more about the packages of things that we were looking at that were all in Japanese, or to hear a little bit more storytelling from some of the local community members, or something that gave us a little bit more of those touch points and that kind of cultural exchange. But we loved it. It was really, really special. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Last one over there, please. Can you share your thoughts?
Hi. So we all agree with what has been already said, that the experience is very well rooted into the authenticity and in the produce being local, and basically everything we use was grown in the valley or in the nearby city. And all the experiences we had were well explained, how it was taken from the ancient times and brought back to now, and in an effort to preserve it for the next generation. But if we had to convey some problems, would be probably the cooking experience was a little bit too much guided. Like everything was already prepared, was already pre-cut. We just had to assemble things instead of preparing it ourselves, which maybe could be because of time-wise problems, or because not everybody being a cook, we could cut ourselves. It could be dangerous. But maybe getting more hand on the experience would be much more involving. And also probably, as already been said, the lack of credit cards acceptance, or maybe a small gift shop. But also the fact that to do these experiences, it's very complicated to find a place, to reach the facility, or actually to know that there is this thing to do. Maybe much more, what is needed is more advertising, or at least a way for a single tourist coming alone and not in an environment like this to find a place and engage in the activity.
Okay, fantastic. And now we are running out of time, but I think we're gonna ask the last question. And the last question would be, how do these experiences that you had today somehow match or are mismatching with current culinary tourism trends? I put there 3, but I think we don't have time for so many. So if each table could match, let's say, what you saw with a current trend that you see in culinary tourism. Of course, those trends may vary from different continents, but at least something that you see, there's a trend in gastronomy tourism, and what you saw is matching that trend. And so we're going to give you now 5 minutes tops and do the same very fast round to identify those trends matching the good practices. So again, 5 minutes for a little conversation. 1 minute, and we will start with the conclusions. Okay, so please, once again, the speakers, we're going to start the other way around. We're going to start from this side. Table, please, number C. Can you please give us the trend that you see in culinary tourism, that it's being fulfilled by the best practices?
Thank you. I will have quite obvious answer. Concept farm to table is definitely the best experience, but and of course something that shall be supported. But the question mark is, of course, Japan rural areas are facing depopulation, and as in many our countries. So the question is whether there will be someone who can do it, there will be someone who know how to do it, and what to do to translate into sustainable tourist product. I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a big question. Yeah. Is there a future for those destinations? Okay. Sarah, please.
We thought that there was a lot of amazing interweaving between culture and food at every juncture of the experience. It was all kind of one conglomerate. And in addition, just the really big emphasis on the farm-to-table eating that we've all experienced. It's been, you know, an integral part of all of the meals that we've all had, and not just today, but in general over the course of these couple of days. So that's been a really enjoyable aspect.
Okay, so you agree with table C. Perfect. Over there.
So we say that a trend that is being fulfilled is the reaching a point of a little food loss, so zero waste, where the food we ate, if it was not used, it was repurposed, maybe shredded and fried, or use it in another way instead of just throwing it away when you're finishing, you know, the main meal you're preparing. And also that everything was local, locally sourced, authentic. There was no greenwashing, say, oh, this is, you know, local, but instead it came from very far. But I think we agree was probably too much packaging, so maybe too many bags, too much plastic, or too many wrappings and that sort of thing. So yes, it was local, it was sustainable, but this get to compete against too much packaging.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Over here, please. Next table. Trend and reason, whether unfulfilled or fulfilled.
Trends fulfilled would be, it's actually, if we want to move forward with the gastronomy experience, we have to look backwards. It's the cultural experience, and also how the food is prepared. Not just farm to table, but each and every ingredient. There's emphasis on the origins of this. And also history. the history of the food is very important. And most of all, it's slow food. So yeah, the whole experience itself is not just about the eating, but also the preparing.
Mm-hmm.
And another important is the wellness. Wellness is the trend now, especially post-pandemic. So we had a very, very healthy food experience now, all vegetables. And somebody was complaining, oh, there's no protein. Well, in fact, it's really the wellness that they have emphasized, and it's a great experience. We didn't lack anything.
Okay,
Thank
fantastic. You. So not just physical wellness, but also mental and spiritual wellness, so holistic perspective. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Again, Madalena, please, or some other speaker if you have appointed somewhere else. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. For our group, well, we all agree with the observations of the others, but taking from one of our colleagues who experienced the business course, so I think that tourism is greatly helping towards encouraging economic activity in where people are, involving young people. There's an incubator system that the government has developed where young people are now involved, and it has helped also in preserving heritage, using the grandmother's recipe to preserve it. It's now being experienced by all people. So I think tourism really greatly contributes to the preservation of heritage in whatever place it may be.
Fantastic. Thank you. Next group.
I think we like the other one where farm to table is really present here, but there is also an aspect of healthy, and we also forget to say that it's super good. It tastes great. I think the kindness of the people add to the overall experience. They are super kind, speaking English or not speaking English, they try their best. So that's what we see as a very positive side of the experience. In terms of maybe improvement that can be done, we saw this part being very sustainable, very careful in the details, but we don't see the other sustainability action that, like Madalena mentioned, the other things that they are putting in place. We see a lot of plastic. When we are in the stand, we see a lot of brochure, paper brochure, and not so many things that you got dematerialized. So we don't see if they are doing really the full circle of being sustainable in the experience. Mm. And the people that participate to this kind of gastronomy tourism, that's something they might be expecting in addition to the food side.
Great. Merci. And final group.
Thank you. We all had the same opinion that being a current trend is procuring local, using local, very fresh ingredients, and all our experiences match to that trend. So that was a very common opinion at our table. Also that the consumers, tourist guests are increasingly interested in the techniques and the methods, how things are prepared, how the food are prepared, and our experiences pretty much showed all these techniques and not only the culture but also the way of doing, and they had the chance to participate, so that was also a very, very good match to the current trends.
Okay, so fantastic. That's been superb. Thank you very much, all of you. And I would like to request a special plus to the speakers of each group that did that effort. So here we have some takeaways from the forum, and I will finish with them afterwards. So thank you very much, and let's pass the word to the next panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Mora, for your moderation. And I hope everybody here has learned a lot from this wonderful session. And also, of course, our international viewers who are watching us online have learned so much. And there were so many takeaways. And okay, let's move on. And let's continue in this inspirational journey with our next session entitled Get Inspired. Professionals from the fields of gastronomy and tourism are going to share their expertise and experience. To moderate this session, I'm very pleased to invite to the stage Mr. Iñaki Gasterumendi, Technical Coordinator from the Basque Culinary Center. Please give him a warm welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for your presence at this session. The topic of our session is Get Inspired, and the purpose of this roundtable is to highlight different projects and initiatives that can be inspiring for the development of gastronomy tourism. We have 4 fantastic speakers representing different and interesting perspectives of this topic. Please give a round of applause for our speakers, Mr. Shogo Arai, Ms. Michelle Friedman, Mr. Fernando Honrado, and Ms. Sakina Asgarova. Well, firstly, Mr. Shogo Arai. I suppose that you already know him because he is the governor of the Nara prefecture and he is our host. I therefore take this opportunity to thank you for the fantastic organization of this forum and for the kind welcome that we have received. Thank you very much for everything.
No, not at all, not at all.
Ara-san is going to present the experience of Nara and an interesting future project for the development of gastronomic tourism in the destinations. Mr. Shogo, the floor is yours.
Okay. Sorry. Good afternoon, good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for convening the UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism in Nara, Japan. I'm truly grateful for honor to have this opportunity to speak before you on this wonderful occasion. Today, I'd like to share with you our initiatives for promoting gastronomy tourism here in Nara, an effort to making Nara more attractive and appealing to travelers. First of all, I'd like to show the challenges of Nara. As a tourist destination, the biggest challenge we have faced is how to encourage tourists to stay longer in Nara. I consider that the longer tourists stay in Nara, the more likely they will have a good impression of Nara, and this will lead to an increase in repeat visitors. There are 6 essential elements, I believe, to encourage long stay visit. I represent 6 elements as a capital A word. A word: appetite, accommodation, amusement, attraction, access, and usher. Usher is French, you know. Among them, Nara has had only one advantage, namely cultural, historical attraction. Another item, Nara is behind other live tourism destinations, unfortunately, so far. Particularly appetite and accommodation were items where Nara is far behind rivals. Then I decided to change our disadvantages to new advantages. I believe nice tourist destination mean they have all 6 points in an excellent level status. We need the balance of them, like a soccer or World Cup, forward, midfielder, defense, goalkeeper should be balanced, arranged. And the manager is also important role. Next slide is let me show how to make Nara a more attractive destination. This slide shows the 6 most visited Japanese prefectures by foreign travelers. As you can see, Nara ranks 5th out of 7 prefectures in Japan. It is true that many tourists come to Nara to enjoy its historical charms and scenic beauties. Nara was the first capital of Japan and is home of many valuable historical buildings and cultural assets. Visitors can also find well-preserved traditional farming villages and towns and rich natural scenery, which many people consider one of the iconic landscapes of traditional Japan. However, there are some challenges we need to overcome to ensure the further growth of tourism here. Then, in order to make Nara a more attractive destination, we decided to focus on promoting tourism through food, namely gastronomy tourism, in an effort to make Nara a destination where tourists can enjoy leisurely stay and savor delicious cuisine. Here I would like to share with you our specific initiatives to promote gastronomy tourism from the various perspectives. First initiative, fostering future leaders in food and agriculture. In 2016, we established the Nara Agriculture and Food International College for the purpose of training chefs and cooks who are well-versed in agriculture and ingredients, as well as farmers with good knowledge of market needs with a view of contributing to local vitalization through food and agriculture. Under the concept of from farm to table, the college, we call it NAFIC, offers 2 courses. First, food creative course aim to foster culinary professionals with expertise in agriculture, while agri-management course train agriculture professionals with an excellent sense of management. NAFIC provides a practical curriculum which emphasizes not only on technical management skill, but also on the study of history and culture of Nara, so that students can express the charms of Nara on their own dishes or use of stories of Nara for product branding of product and food and history. A good side dish of nice restaurant, I believe. On the 13th of December, that means yesterday, NAFIC has just signed a partnership agreement with the Basque Culinary Center, co-organizer of this World Forum. With this collaboration as a first step, we plan to offer NAFIC students a even short-term training program at BCC. Taking advantages of what they've learned at NAFIC, the culinary leaders will be playing more active role throughout region. Another initiative, the modeling of central wholesale market. One of our initiatives currently is the modeling of the aging central wholesale market. We are planning to extensively the modeling of the market, not just improving the sophistication and efficiency of its wholesale function, but also transforming it into the exciting, vibrant complex where people can enjoy culture and sports as well as food. Taking advantage of its convenient location, the facility aims to comprehensively provide place to eat, buy, play, and learn. Actually, a food hall, riverside terrace, and a place of recreation and relaxation for families and locals. We'd like to create new vibrant market complex focusing on food. Another effort is publicity. Michelin Guide Nara 2022. Michelin Guide Nara 2022 special edition was published in May this year. The special edition for Nara was updated for the first time in 6 years. Ceaseless effort made by outstanding chefs in Nara have brought the total number of Michelin-starred restaurants to 22. Moreover, 5 restaurants were awarded Michelin Green Star. I think the latest Michelin Guide clearly demonstrates the huge gastronomic potential of Nara. You can find 101 restaurants recommended by the Michelin Guide on their official website. That will create a good publication of Nara as a good destination. Another initiative that is comprehensive auberge promotion. We define auberge as you find in many places in Europe, accommodation with a restaurant that provide a superb view and excellent cuisine made with local ingredients. Auberge are the very place that can offer 2 important elements for long stay visit, namely good food and leisurely stay. One such example is l'Auberge du Présence Sakurai, located in the ground of Nafik. It is publicly built and privately run auberge, what we call PFI, and serves the fine cuisine prepared with fresh local ingredients. Building on success of publicly built auberge, we have been working on comprehensive auberge promotion. We make this type of auberge in another place in Nara, promotion under the name of Gurut Auberge Nara Tour. The Japanese word Gurut means going around different places or taking a tour in English. This project is designed to encourage tourists to explore various areas in Nara and enjoy local food and beautiful scenery by staying local auberge recommended by us. We hope this project helps promote tourism all over Nara with food as a key driver. Currently, 12 auberges have been registered, and more facilities are expected to be registered. Each auberge has its own concept, from luxury to cozy, and serves different genres of cuisine. I'm sure you can find one of the best suited for your interest and the purpose of your stay. Finally, although our effort to combine gastronomy and tourism have just begun, I believe that every country and region have great potential to become a wonderful tourist destination. We sincerely wish all of you joining us here today, as well as those participating online, will visit Nara again and enjoy unique gastronomy in Nara, hoping Nara become a much better destination at that time then. Thank you for your attention and listening. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
Dear Mr. Arai, thank you for your presentations and congratulations for the new projects. I'm thinking about I like this idea of the 6 A's, but I'm trying to translate it into Spanish. It's going to be difficult for me, but I will try it. Thank you for the idea. And I'm thinking that probably we will have to be back at Nara, because we must know how is the development of this new project of the market. Then I think that we have to be back.
Okay, now
in Nara, just to check.
Oh, yeah.
Just to check the new project of the market.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I got one repeater.
Our second speaker is Ms. Michelle Friedman, Secretary of Tourism of Yucatan. Welcome, Michelle. It's a pleasure to have you join us in Nara to share the experience of Yucatan's gastronomy.
Thank you.
The floor is yours. Just one thing. Michelle and Fernando are going to make their presentation in Spanish. Then it's a beautiful and easy to understand language, but for who doesn't speak Spanish, you know that there are translation.
Okay,
Yep.
Great. Well, hola a todos. Welcome. Hello. So I've been asked to speak in my language.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for gathering. It's indeed a great honor to make my presentation of my own experience in front of so many leaders. Now, my job is a director of the Tourism Bureau of Yucatan. Cancun is outside Yucatan in the Quintana state. But anyhow, as a tourist destination, this area is very important. We are facing Caribbean Sea and the Mexican Gulf of Mexico. As a person in charge of tourism promotion, we do hope that you will come to love and fall in love with Yucatan. I'd like to show you a short video.
行ったことあるのここ。
So I'm sure that you have fallen in love with Yucatan. First, as you have seen in the video, it's very colorful and a lot of different flavors. I'd like to show you this map. We are now in Japan, so far from Mexico. But within Mexico, where is Yucatan located? Mexico is in the peninsula to the east and south of Mexico. Now, gastronomy tourism is increasing. And about Yucatan, what we would like you to know comes in different and multiple characteristics. 66 million years ago, the meteorite that caused this extinction of the dinosaur landed on Yucatan. In Yucatan, there is a long beach, and it is the heart of Maya civilization. And in the colonial period, there were big cities. And also there is historic haciendas and Mayan villages. after pandemic, 365 touristic experiences is the campaign we have been running. So every day, each single day, tourists can enjoy a different food experience. So we can provide a diverse culinary experiences. And also within the American continent, Yucatan is the safest place. Now about the theme today. In 2019, that was a record year for Yucatan tourism industry. We received so many tourist arrivals, and it was a very special year. In 2022, like your destinations, we suffered a serious crisis. COVID-19 pandemic hit our area too. 2021, we began to see the rebirth of tourism. In 2022, we have begun to see the recovery of the sector. Then in what way can we really go back to a enormous good performance in 2019? We decided to focus on gastronomy tourism. Responsible and sustainable tourism is what we are now focusing on to promote. In Yucatan, we have a lot of local ingredients, so using them and Maya's ingredients, and so those going back to colonial period, and also modern ingredients are to be combined. And through food, we want visitors to feel and understand our history. And of course, in that initiatives, Europe and United States or Americas, we have received a lot of influences in Yucatan. And through gastronomy tourism, for instance, events or meetings where people can come across and meet with each other, such occasions can be enhanced. We can feature our strengths and our beauties. Agrotourism is another form of tourism we are promoting. For instance, farmers and agricultural professionals, local producers, they can participate in such initiatives. And for us, this is a holistic effort where different industries can be experienced and promoted, and also people can have a diverse experience, something authentic or something Mayan. For gastronomy tourism, Yucatan's characteristics, European or Caribbean elements are all hybridized and combined. We have traditions and heritage, and we have local ingredients. Through gastronomy, we can promote different experiences for tourists. Through this, many people have been able to receive a lot of benefits. And we are planning different routes for gastronomy tourism, and also we organize events. As regards to inventory, we have a wide coverage of various materials. Let me play another short video. We have been running various campaigns and activities, and this video shows the result of our activities. The Flavor of Yucatan is the name of the campaign we have been running, and Merida is the capital city of Yucatan, and many people have been affected positively by this campaign. We are proud of the diversity of our food culture, and that has been internationally recognized. We often say that food, customs, and culture and the traditions, they are the best ambassadors of our country. On the part of the state government, Yucatan is the place where the unique festivals can be organized. We would like to expand the scale of such festivals. the flavor and taste of Yucatan should be promoted. And for that reason, we decided to organize this campaign. With the public sector's initiatives, we hope that we'll be able to get participation of more. 365 different cuisines of Yucatan. Please do enjoy them. Yucatan festivals. That is the best food and culinary festival. The past and present and future Yucatan is the origin of all of those different time periods. And we have the best culinary culture, and Yucatan can incorporate the ingredients from Caribbean and also from the other areas of Mexico. And those have been crystallized in the form of the food we offer today. So through such activities, we have been widely featured in various media outlets. Through this, not just in Latin America, in the world over, Yucatan's recognition has been raised. Yucatan, the center of the Latin American culinary food, is one of the headlines we read in the press. So this campaign, 365 Tastes of Yucatan, such efforts are part of what we have been doing to recover tourism in 2019. We are not just catching up with the level of performance of 2019. We are outperforming the result in 2019. For instance, new connectivities and the number of tourists in the airports, the number of arrivals, it has exceeded 3 million arrivals. 365 tastes and flavors is the next video we'd like to show you. This is a promotional video we have produced. Now, we are looking forward to receiving you in Yucatan. Thank you.
A good friend in the video, Misha, the Peruvian Japanese chef.
Yeah, he was there.
Maido.
Massimo Bottura, David Muñoz, Jordi Roca, many of them. Yeah.
Fantastic experience. Yeah. In fact, I would like to point out that in this session we have representatives of some of the gastronomies recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage. We have obviously the Mexican cuisine, the traditional Mexican cuisine, that was the first one to be recognized as UNESCO in 2011. The Japanese cuisine, wasoku, in 2013. Spain, through the declaration of the Mediterranean diet in 2013, and Azerbaijan through, I think, 3 different recognitions. I think the lavash.
Yes, flatbread.
Flatbread in 2016, I think. Narvairami.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
Yes.
Yeah, in 2020, and this year.
And this year tea, and plus dolma. Dolma is a stuffing wrapped into the grape leaf.
Then we are. This is a great opportunity to have these 4 different gastronomic cultures on the stage. Well, our next speaker is Fernando. Fernando is a good friend. Is a colleague from many years ago from Spain. He's the director of Eturia, a new company, company that is in charge of the promotion of tourism and crafts of Castilla-La Mancha, one of the most interesting regions in Spain. bienvenido a Nara. Welcome to Nara.
Thank you very much.
Fernando. Fernando is going to present the strategy of Castilla-La Mancha in gastronomy tourism, which has a beautiful name, culinary roots, that I think expresses really well the spirit of the proposal of your region. Then, Fernando, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Well, I'm also going to speak in Spanish, but maybe later with the questions you can ask me in English, of course. Well, thank you very much, everybody, to be here. Muchas gracias a todos. Quiero agradecer especialmente a la OMT y al Basque.
To me, I would like to express my appreciation to BCC for giving me such precious opportunity at this time. For me to make the presentation, I made the preparation. Culinary in this project is an important subject, especially for the Castilla-La Mancha. What is the meaning of culinary? It consists of 17 states or provinces. For the Japanese people, I'm sure it is well known. In the northern tip of Japanese archipelago, Hokkaido is located. So this is comparable to the area centered in Madrid, and there is it located in the same latitude, and beautiful landscape full of culture and cultural activities. A lot of produces are produced here. Therefore, in the area of gastronomy, it is filled with a lot of varieties of products. I believe this can be considered as a cultural property. And Cuenca and the other produces, as you can see here, they are produced here. We have the natural parks, 9 of them, and Don Quixote is very famous from this area. With this as the background, the gastronomy tools was started in 2019. And in 2018 and 2019, starting from Spain, I'm sure you know about Barcelona and beautiful coast of the Spanish cities. But at this time, taking this as a very good opportunity, I would like to emphasize on the importance of the culinary culture. And we have full variety of culinary cultures. And also, gastronomy, we have in our place. I want the global people to know more about it. And also, we have a lot of chefs, very famous ones, who are linked with the various countries, and we are able to bring about the dishes wonderfully made by them. Key elements are as follows. We are located in the agricultural land. 50% of the wine produced in Spain comes from us, grains and olives, and animal husbandry, and cheese production is also famous. La Mancha saffron, as you can see in this picture, the flowers are blooming from July through September. So the agriculture is well rooted in this area. For us living here, we find the land and we cultivate them and we plant the crops This is what we have been doing since the ancient period, creating wine, and we can also create the vinegar from the same ingredients. And we would be able to utilize those as the precious ingredients. And with Latin America, we have had a very long history in having the trading since the 14th century. By using the vinegars, we cook a lot of different dishes in many restaurants. They are highly appreciated because of high quality culinary. Even if the restaurants are not in the high-class restaurants, you will be able to enjoy a lot of different dishes. Blending of the different variety is something we can offer here. Meaning, in the world of gastronomy, we hope we will be able to continue to associate ourselves with the different working groups, and we are creating the various participatory projects. And this is what I call the start of the sustainable projects. Meaning, strategically, we shall emphasize the importance of branding. In 2020, we are attacked by COVID. And a little before the pandemic, we started to employ the various strategies. Little by little, we are putting into practice. We have created the gastronomic ambassadors, and we have assigned 72 people as gastronomic ambassadors. They are having the very close contacts and communications to promote the development of gastronomy in this region. Through the promotional activities with Portugal and Spain, we have a lot of our Michelin-star restaurants. In Tredo, the capital of our state, we hope we will be able to continue to do the promotion of those restaurants. The world-renowned restaurants are located here. So we carry out the various sales, promotion, and marketing activities. And we are now seeing the fruits out of those strategies. See, this Castilla-La Mancha is indeed the center of the gastronomy, and we do have the gastronomic culture rooted. And main partners are listed here. Castilla-La Mancha Regional Government, Castilla-La Mancha Cooks Association, Castilla-La Mancha Sommeliers Association, Bartenders and Waiters Association, and food ambassadors who were recognized by us. We have the very thorough communication with them. As a result, our big challenges have been already tried. And of course, in order to accomplish the various objectives, there are a lot of challenges. And in order to put this into practice, we have to have the strong wills of the stakeholders. We hope we will be able to strengthen our ties and connection. We hope we'll be able to complement what's lacking in our gastronomic concept of ours. In this forum, women were highlighted. we do have a lot of women chefs, and also there are a lot of women power amongst all the producers. We hope we will be able to continue to empower the women. Furthermore, what we have so far accomplished is the ties with the producers. Gastronomic experiences have to have the high value added to be offered to the tourists and travelers. If there is a demand of the consumers, we need to respond to satisfy those demands. Multifaceted tourists and travelers need to have a lot of different experiences through gastronomic tourism. In our project, we do have the restaurant run by the Michelin star restaurant chefs, and we are creating the close ties amongst all those high-class restaurants, and we are creating the foundation of the culinary industry. Those are the multi-layered structure of gastronomic tourism we would like to create. Very low-level restaurants and the middle level and the higher level of the restaurants, those multi-layered restaurants are located, and we hope we'll be able to have the close ties, and also the origins of the products have to be guaranteed. By supporting those origin of the products, we hope we will be able to promote those products. And in order to do that, we are asking the restaurant owners to participate in those projects. Now, about the next steps. We need to increase our promotional activities further. Thus, we will be able to enhance the level of the presence in the market, and the culinary ambassadors, through their connections, we hope to enhance the number. Some are experts in ice cream, or some in the pastries. In a different field, we are going to assign them as the ambassadors. We hope we'll be able to broaden the scope of our project so that many people in the world can have a lot of experiences. Lastly, culinary roots. Gastronomy videotape is something I want you to enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you very much for listening. Please send us the email, or if you have any inquiries, please contact us at any time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fernando, for your presentation. And our last speaker is Ms. Sakina Asgarova, is Head of Gastronomy Tourism Management from Azerbaijan Tourist Board. The floor is yours, Sakina.
Oops. So, dear, okay. Thank you. Oh, you keep it this up. Thank you. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to greet you from this stage that I was always have been inspired during the UNWTO Gastronomy and Wine Forums. And now it's time for me to inspire the lovers of this field and to invite them to create and take another look on a traditional culinary roots, as my previous colleague already mentioned. So, me, Sakina Askarova, I'm coming from Azerbaijan. I'm leading a gastronomy department in our ministry. And with great pleasure, I would take you to the journey that was started 5 years ago. And here, I'm able to show you the fruits of our big journey. So please, let's watch a short video, and then we will continue with you to see how it was and what we stand for. Thank you. Thank you for your kind attention. I would like to start our journey. So what does our strategy look like? It has started again 5 years ago. We have started to take another look on our traditional gastronomic and tourism routes. And with this, we defined who we are and what we stand for. In front of you, there is a lens, letter A, the first letter of our country, Azerbaijan. And this consists of two different lenses, which lets the person, the tourists who are visiting our destination, to define their inner world and to create their own Azerbaijan. And one of the take another look elements of this strategy is slow food travel Azerbaijan, that we started first in northwest direction of the country. Slow food is an international trademark that covers 160 countries, more than 100,000 slow food members, more than 1,000 local chapters, and more than 2,000 Terra Madre communities. Most probably in our audience, there are gastronomy lovers who already have heard about this concept and maybe who have already traveled along slow food travel route. I would like to mention this fact that Azerbaijan is the third country in the world transferring slow food potential into tourism potential and launching the slow food Great Caucasus travel route. But for this, from what we have started, let's check with you. First, we have started to map the arc of taste products. The arc of taste products, it means the product is good. It's quality, flavorsome, and healthy food. The second one, the food is clean. The production that does not harm the environment. And the third one is fair, accessible price for consumers and fair conditions and pay for producers. all these 3 golden rules is for restoring the proper value to food. You may ask, okay, we have mapped the Arc of Taste products, how and where is all stored? In front of you, dear ladies and gentlemen, Arc of Taste product list. You can, everybody, the gastronomy lovers, can go to the Slow Food International website to find Arc of Taste section and nominate their files that they believe that these products is according to these 3 golden rules. So far, our country was able to nominate 31 products, some of them pictures you can see on the screen. And with this philosophy, we would be able to show the chef's industry, the gastronomy lovers, the housewives, that the plants or any biodiversity example that growing in the backyard, it doesn't mean that it's cheap and it's useless. If it's growing wild and without any effort of a human, it means it's a big gift for them. So if we want, and they should use it properly. And of course, after having this Arc of Taste products, we have mapped the farmers and the stakeholders who are growing and who are taking care of these ingredients. And finally, when we have merged these stakeholders along the route, in front of you, you can see the slow food travel model that we call it tourism onion. This is an onion that in the center stays agriculture and food craft. The second layer, of course, it's gastronomy. And the third layer is the other types of tourism. And our first trademark is slow food travel, Great Caucasus Mountain, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is situated in the shore of the biggest lake, Caspian Sea, and the Great Caucasus Mountain Range is in the north parallel of the country. And in front of you, you can see the result of Take Another Look strategy, that this is our route map, which will be launched by the end of 2023 year. The product was designed, and now we're working on the gaps for implementing and giving it to international booking system, and of course, to serve it to our tourists. Now we have 1 route, 5 regions, and 45 Slow Food Travel members who agreed and signed the agreement between Slow Food International in order to implement the standards in these areas. And of course, we said clean, good, and fair food. How we can present it to the kitchens of the chefs, housewives, and the gastronomy lovers? Of course, with menu. We have Slow Food Cooks Alliance, and with the help of our Cooks Alliance members, we have created the first Arc of Taste destructive national menu of Azerbaijan. If it's interesting for you during the break, you can come up and we have bring some printed menus for you. This menu was in the opening of Dubai Expo 2020 and was presented in a very gourmet festivals and got very strong feedback. And with the help of this Arc of Taste menu, we were able to show the people and the gastronomy lovers the function of the growing ingredients in the remote areas. And of course, we're doing this job because there are a lot of advantages, not for us, for all. This is advantage for destination. The most probably is job creation, because before the tourism and gastronomy, our main purpose is to increase the market income of the people in remote areas and help them to stay where they are, not to move to the cities for the job and for earning money. And the second, the advantage is for a visitor, because if you see from my speech, the slow food travel doesn't cover only tourism, it covers an ethnography and biodiversity of the country. And just with the help of food, the tourists will be able to discover the whole destination. And the third, of course, it's very advantage for the slow food network, because more there are people, lovers of food and lovers of biodiversity, the more Arc of Taste products the communities will earn our slow food network. And dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to finalize my presentation. Experience Azerbaijan is our hashtag on social media network that inviting people to take another look in Azerbaijan. And this is my email address that you can address any question related to our job that we are doing. It was a great pleasure, and thank you, Inaki, for your moderation. And I'm welcoming your questions if you have. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much, Sakina, for your presentations. You know that I'm really glad for your presence in NARA because 10 years ago, in 2012, I think.
Yes, 12.
2012. The first global UNWTO Global Report of Food Tourism was presented in Azerbaijan.
Exactly.
And it was some kind of a starting point of the strategy, the collaboration between the UNWTO and the Basque Culinary Center, even before the launching of this fantastic project that is the Global Forum. We just have less than 5 minutes to let you to participate in the debate. I don't know if some of you have some questions. We have just 5 minutes, but I'm sure that you are really interested in to know more about the experiences of Nara, Yucatan, Castilla-La Mancha, and Azerbaijan. I think we are going to have some microphones just to share if you want, if you're interested to make some question. I'm sure that you have questions. No? Here. Sure? Ah, there's one.
To Azerbaijan, I would like to ask, what was the biggest obstacle that you had to come over and succeed? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. The question was about the obstacles during our journey. As I mentioned, we are working in a very remote areas, not a village, the remote areas. And there were the obstacles to bringing the European agricultural and gastro-tourism culture to the remote areas because of the difference between some beliefs or some culture or traditions. But we, with the help of capacity buildings, that's we were making in a stable interval, not 2 or 3 times in a year, in every month or in every week. We were able to cope with this obstacle, that communication with the remote area people, and to deliver the real message of slow food, that you have only advantage. We are not coming to your house to make some harm. We are coming to show the gift that is given to you, to the tourists, and to promote our destination as a gastronomy destination. Thank you.
We have time for one more question. No? Okay, then thank you very much for your inspiration for us, and let me just to conclude this session sharing a reflection about your experience. The importance of having a vision of the destination, that's what you presented in your presentations, and a strategy. For example, in the case of Castilla-La Mancha, or in the case in the case of Azerbaijan, this interesting collaboration between a tourist board and an organization like Slow Food, and to have management tools to manage the development of gastronomy tourism. Then, thank you very much. Please, great applause for our speakers.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our speakers for participating in this enriching debate. And I would like to ask everybody to be gathered in the center. Please give the photographers your big smiles. And thank you, Governor. Thank you, Mrs. Friedman. Thank you, Mr. Honrado. And thank you, Ms. Asgarova. And thank you to Mr. Iñaki Gastelmendi for your great moderation. All right. Are we done with all the photos? Yes, thank you so much, gentlemen. And thank you so much, Ms. Friedman. please make your way back to your seats now. Thank you. Now I would like to give the floor next to Mr. Harry Huan, UNWTO's Director of the Regional Department for Asia and the Pacific, who will host the next signing ceremony, which is just coming up, of the private sector commitment to the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. But as you can see, we're changing the stage setting, so please bear with us for a few minutes while we are setting up the stage for the signing ceremony.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, esteemed friend and colleague, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon, and welcome to the signing ceremony of the private sector commitment to the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. And today, 9 tourism entities in Japan will become the new signatories of the private sector commitment to the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. And now, I would like to call on stage our 3 honored guests for this symbolic moment. And first, the UNWTO, the Secretary General, Mr. Gianpaolo Di Caspilli. Please. And the Vice Commissioner of Japan Tourism Agency, Mr. Mitsuaki Hoshino-san. And the Chief of UNWTO Regional Support Office for Asia and the Pacific, Mr. Yoshiaki Honto. Thank you so much for joining us today for this important occasion. And without a further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Mitsuaki Hoshino-san to deliver his congratulatory remark.
Thank you. First of all, taking this opportunity, I would like to thank UNWTO Secretary General Paul Kashubiri, and also the Honpo-san, and also Basque Culinary Center General Manager Ai Sega-san, and also Nara Prefecture Governor Arai, and all the colleagues and Nara people for their greatest effort and then hospitality during our stay in Nara, and also for this forum. Thank you. Within these 2 days, through the discussion in forum and also today's field works, we have learned the environment and social, economic, cultural importance of sustainable tourism, using gastronomy as a good example. As well as discussing this forum, after the COVID-19, the behavior and also the need for the tourism have changed dramatically. They prefer so-called the more sustainable. So that means that all the tourism-related bodies have to maintain more responsibility for local communities and sustainability. Today, I'm very proud to announce that 9 Japanese bodies have newly joined the commitment to the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics of Tourism. I am sure that we can achieve better tourism and better world with them, and also with all the participants here in this forum. So a lot of the Spanish people, Spanish-speaking people here, so I'm trying to use the Spanish. Es la hora de empezar el turismo sostenible. Okay? It's time for us to start the sustainable tourism. Let's move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Vice Commissioner. And now, allow me to invite our UNWTO Secretary General, Mr. Gianpaolo Di Caspilli, to share a few words.
皆さんのこんばんは。
Good evening. Good afternoon.
No, let's switch English. So I want to congratulate the 9 our colleagues, participants who will sign this very important tradition we have. But I think Japan and Japanese companies are the best example for everyone worldwide about this convention, which was created by us, but I think, and I guess it was created in Japan many centuries ago. For all of us, Japan is one of the best example how we have to behave when we are traveling, and we saw it in these days, all participants and all our international visitors and guests. So congratulations again. For us, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to have more friends, more members of our family. And again, I don't know, I think we have to learn from you a lot of and many things. So congratulations again, and it's very important and very special day for us and for the signatories. ありがとうございました。
Thank you so much, Secretary General, for your kind word. UNWTO's core policy document, the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, is the principle, the guideline for the key player in the development of sustainable tourism. It is a roadmap of how we in the tourism sector can be mindful of our responsibility toward our society and our culture and our community and our environment. And when the WTO and United Nations General Assembly endorsed the code in the year of 2001, it invited UN members and tourism stakeholders worldwide to apply the ethical provision of the code in their policies. It is why in September 2011, we at the UNWTO started a specific campaign calling upon the private sector to commit applying these principles. And by signing this commitment to the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, the operators of these countries, from the airline and hotel to our tour operators and associations, are making a public declaration to uphold ethical standards. And they can declare that to the world that we are committed to the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. And today, I'm delighted to inform you that we have 9 entities here that will sign the commitment of the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. And with this signature, you are pledging the 3 important actions. Number 1, to observe the principle of the code. And this means respecting human rights and cultural heritage and protecting the environment and vulnerable group, and working toward social inclusion and gender equality, accessibility, and in other words, abiding by the highest moral value that society can accept as fundamental in the 21st century. And second, to promote the code among your own circle and tell your partners and providers, staff, and client, make sure that it is the provisions are known and respected as far and wide as possible. And then lastly, third, the report on what your association has done to implement the code, the principle. And this report will be made to the World Committee on Tourism Ethics, and which is an important and impartial body of 9 people, the independent from government and the General Assembly of UNWTO has established it in the year of 2003 to monitor the code implementation. So I congratulate you all for being the leaders on the road to a more ethical tourism sector, and we count on your support and full engagement. So with that, I'm extremely happy to introduce the 9 representatives to sign the commitment set by the UNWTO. Mr. Kuoki Tomoda, the CEO of An Hotel Corporation. Mr. Yutaka Suzuki, the president of Japan Tourism Facilities Association. Mr. Christopher Clark, the general manager of JW Marriott Hotel Nara. Mr. Teppei Daido, the president of Map Travel. Ms. Sesuto Matsui, the CEO of Matsui Hong Kong. Mr. Yuta Harada, the president of Nara Hotel. And Mr. Yoshie Sato, the president of Ryokan Koyo. Ms. Izumi Kwano, the president of Tamano Yu Corporation. And lastly, Mr. Masaaki Shigemi, the president of Watagen Corporation. Thank you very much once again. And now we would like to invite each representative to sign the document at the same time. Thank you. And finally, I would like to invite Mr. Yoshiaki Hompyo, the Chief of UNWTO Regional Support Office for Asia and the Pacific, for his closing remark.
Thank you very much. We have just witnessed the signature making with the presence of the Secretary General of UNWTO, Polikali-Shiveli, and Mr. Hoshino, the Vice Commissioner of Japan Tourism Agency. We have now additional Japanese members to join in these signatories. As Harry-san said, there are 3 commitments we need to comply with. To you, I would like you to comply with those 3 commitments so that based on the Global Code of Ethics of UNWTO, I sincerely hope that you will continue to promote the tourism with a strong sense of responsibility. In Japan, we do have 29 signatories. When we started this ceremony, it was in 2014. There were 8 countries and groups who signed on this. And come to think about that long period since 2014, the number is rather small in number. With your further cooperation, both in Japan and Asian countries, I sincerely hope that we will be able to increase the number of the comrades who are able to sign on the Global Code of Ethics of UNWTO to achieve the better and sustainable tourism. Congratulations. Thank you.
And now we conclude the signing ceremony of the private sector commitment to the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics for Tourism by taking a group photo. And technical team will kindly prepare the setting for the group photo, and I invite all distinguished guests of honor and signatory to follow the guidance by the technician. Okay. I believe now we are all set for the group photo. So let's take a group photo.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all our 9 representatives for being part of this celebration of the commitment to the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. And thank you so much, Mr. Harry Fan and Mr. Arai, the Governor of Nara Prefecture. May I ask you to make your way back to your seats, please? それでは皆様ご講談をお願いいたします。
Please come down from the stage and take a seat, please.
Many thanks, everybody. What an inspiring moment for many more entities who may wish to follow these steps in the future. This year's forum is almost getting to an end. But before leaving, we'd like to leave you with some insights about the last 2 days. Let's look back to our 2 days of inspiration during the 7th UNWTO Forum on Gastronomy Tourism and what we should take away for the months and years to come. For this, I invite to the stage Ms. Sandra Carvalho and Mr. David Mora. Please give them a warm welcome.
Konnichiwa. Hello, everyone. Thank you for staying with us until the ending of the event. Now we have the intention to present 10 conclusions, 10 ideas, 10 key takeaways from this magnificent forum that you guys organize here in Nara. First, I have to explain that we have linked those conclusions with 10 key elements of Japanese culture, because we have been really touched by the Japanese philosophy, and so we have bonded those ideas. And so we are going to say the names in Japanese, so we apologize in advance in case our pronunciation is not too good. First one would be mono no aware. Nothing in life is permanent. Of course, also not tourism. That is why we have to take very good care of our industry, and we need to plan. That's why we also have our guidelines for the development of gastronomy tourism. So in order to adjust to the changes in society, to innovate and to build resilience.
Thank you, David. Next, again with bad pronunciation, su-ari, follow, break away, and transcend. COVID, we all know, had a great impact on tourism. We must learn to value the lessons that we had taken from the weaknesses of the sector. Sustainability, that David already mentioned, but we need to build a more resilient industry. As the Secretary General said, we are here in Japan celebrating the reopening of Japan and that resilience.
Third one, I think this is already mainstream worldwide. Kaizen, continuously improve companies, destinations, professionals in the tourism industry. Nowadays, and we have discussed this during these 2 days, visitors and customers are expecting the most from us after the pandemic. So that's why hospitality, gastronomy, tourism requires passion, talent, and commitment. And as Margarita Forés mentioned, we need to teach young generations, which have been mentioned also here these 2 days, not only about the house, but also the whys of the hospitality industry, and we need to integrate them in the decision-making process.
Next, omotenashi, offering the best service without expecting a reward. In gastronomy, it's all about the experience. All of us that experienced the Nara Prefecture this morning, and the feedback that we got is that very clear expression. In gastronomy, we now face challenges, but we also have many opportunities. As Jose Mari told us in the opening, this is the opportunity to use that best service, but also, as it was mentioned by one of our panelists, the client is not always right, and we need to protect and empower the people that work in the sector.
Wabi-sabi, that was easy. Wabi-sabi, embrace imperfection. Hospitality, of course, has its flaws, but it's also an enriching, thrilling career that could take us to almost any place in the world. Tourism also has an impact. We mentioned that on the side event on Monday. Of course, has an impact on environment, but the change has begun, and travel wants to be, and it is already a part of the solution.
Motainai, don't be wasteful. Everything deserves respect and gratitude. Reducing food waste is a very obvious, evident action to advance sustainability, but we need to take that road. And it hasn't been something that the tourism sector has yet embraced. UNWTO has just released its global roadmap on zero waste reduction in tourism. It's open for comments and for your feedback as well. Food is too valuable to be wasted, and there are identified solutions to avoid it. So there is no excuse not to address. This is the quote from Vincent.
Gaman, dignity during duress. Women are still underpaid and underrepresented. We heard that during the panel yesterday. And there's still a need, even though we have progressed a lot, there's still a need for role models for young professional women in the hospitality and in the gastronomy industry. And also they deserve more responsibility and to be more empowered from their employers. And as Lucia Freitas, the Spanish cook, said yesterday, we need to give women tools and a space where they can demonstrate what they are all capable of.
Ichigo Ichu-e, treasuring the unrepeatable nature of a moment. Gastronomy tourism is all about celebrating life, enjoying memorable moments through taste and knowledge as well. The origin of gastronomy is nature. We need to respect it and honor it. As Maddalena Fonsati said, we need to change how we identify ourselves when we have a meal. We are not the owners of this planet, we are the guests.
Citizen, the connection between humans and nature, that's something that we have all seen this morning on our excursions, on our field trips. We are what we eat. Hence, food tourism can really improve food production systems, foster local consumption, and create opportunities for a local population.
Ikigai, live with purpose and passion. Contribute to the health and well-being of people and planet with healthy food and responsible tourism. We need to treat people, particularly our talent and nature, with respect. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Mr. Mora. It was really touching for Japanese that you, people from all around the world, now know these Japanese words that represent our spirit. Thank you so much. And well, we're coming to the end, but the journey is not over yet. On the contrary, next year, it will take us to our next breathtaking gastronomy tourism destination, Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Well, on the contrary, next year, we will take this journey to the next destination, a breathtaking gastronomy tourism destination, which is San Sebastian in Spain. And where the Basque government and the Basque Culinary Center will be hosting the 8th UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism. To tell us more about it, excuse me. It is now time to say goodbye, but this year again we have had the pleasure to welcome inspiring professionals and participants from all over the world. To close this event, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Shogo Arai, Governor of the Nara Prefecture. Mr. Arai, the floor is yours. Please come up on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I didn't expect that I learned the Japanese culture in the Japanese world here in the Gastronomy Tourism World Forum. And it's very teaching word. But may I add another Japanese for us? It's yokoso. Yokoso means welcome, really welcome. Then I should like to add the one Japanese word, in addition to those words, cultural words we are presented. But this is a little bit sad time. I have to make a final remarks word of farewell. It's so fast in this very fruitful, enjoyable discussion. As the 7th UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism is coming to an end, I'd like to thank you all for coming and participating in this forum. As a host venue of this forum, we try to show our hospitality in various ways. We hope you are fully enjoying your stay in Nara. Every single session was meaningful and insightful. It is my sincere wish that this forum will bring about momentum for us to further promote gastronomy and tourism around us. In the year of 2025, the Osaka Kansai World Exhibition will be held. You have another chance to visit the Expo and Nara once again. We are sincerely looking forward to welcoming you once again in Kansai and Nara. Last but not least, on behalf of many gods and Buddha in Nara, I wish you very luck for you and your country. Goodbye and see you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. And now I would like to invite on the stage Mr. Zura Pololikashvili, UNWTO Secretary General.
Again, konbanwa. It's always hard to say goodbye, especially here in Nara, where we, after such warm hospitality, Arai-san and his team and all our Japanese brothers and sisters, they offered these days. I want to especially thank you, Arai-san, for these excellent days. We don't want to go. We want to stay to see more about this beautiful place and prefecture. I want to thank also to government of Japan, all people who participated during this very important forum for us. We mentioned many times during this days that gastronomy is very important part of tourism industry. Yesterday it was mentioned from General Director of FAO. It's very important, this kind of collaboration. I want to sum up these 2 days, which were very interesting. The very interesting discussions were made today in Nara city. We had around 7 or 10 different kind of workshops. And congratulations, Sandra, for takeaways with Basque Culinary Center. It's a very nice initiative. It's first time ever, and we announced yesterday that we're starting to talk about food waste solutions. This is something new for us. This is something new for industry. And I think we have to use this group of friends and colleagues who are doing and who are offering very creative opportunities. We will be piloting this collaboration with member state countries, with different entities from private sector. I'm sure that Virginia, you will lead this process, and this is very good and nice beginning of big story and journey. This is the historical moment, and it's starting in Nara. And the philosophy is directly aligned with the SDGs and what UN is offering and what UN is going to do before 2030. Before 2030, we are talking about lot, but we have to act. And this is a very nice project and directly linked to tourism industry. What else? We have to come back to Nara, to Japan. Was mentioned in the presentation, we are in very good moment. Just after 2 months, Japan was opened. We are not going to stop because next year, again, Osaka will host JTB Expo, which is very important to position back like a most important event and expo and tourism fair worldwide. Unfortunately, 3 years we could not make it happen. I committed and I promised to Arai-san and to government of Japan, we have to be here, not only me, all of us, I'm alone. I mean, we have, and we need you to come and to show all over the world that this is the place where we have to be. Then we have 2025, very important year, which is Expo Osaka, Osaka Expo. Again, I'm sure Arai-san that all tourists from Osaka will come and visit Nara, and again to try and to enjoy with this very special and very unique experience you showed us during the 2 or 3 days. What is written here? Of course, next year we are going to make something as nice and as special like we did these days in San Sebastian, the birthplace of this forum, the motherland of Basque Culinary Center. I'm very happy that we have a special and big boss of tourism of Basque Country. Basque Country is the place where you had most Michelin stars restaurants, if I remember well, per square meters. This is something unique, and this is very special and very important place for gastronomy. Araisan, you visited us, I remember 3 years ago in San Sebastian. And I want to ask to all our colleagues, our friends, to continue this kind of collaboration, because collaboration is very important. COVID shown us it because we were very weak alone at our homes. So see you in San Sebastian. I want to use this opportunity and wish very, very happy 2023 to you, to your families, to wish you luck, health, first of all, wealth also. And I think 2023 will be the key year for tourism industry after what happened. Especially this year, it's quite well. We saw the numbers first 9 months, and I'm sure that 2023 will be more prosperous, more active, with more events, and I'm sure that we will have more and more friends supporting and promoting gastronomy, tourism worldwide. Again, a happy new year. All the best to your families, to your colleagues. I want to wish you safe travels. I want to thank to Marriott Hotel and staff, and all your staff, Araisan, who was participating during these days. In this hotel, we saw numbers of young people supporting this event, and wish you all the best. As Araisan mentioned, God bless to all your families, and wish you good luck, all of you, and safe travels back to your homes. Arigatou gozaimashita. Sayonara. Hasta Donosti.
Thank you so much, Secretary General. Next, please welcome Mr. David Mora in representation of the Basque Culinary Center.
Thank you very much. Long time no see. Just very brief words. First of all, of course, thank you very much, Secretary General. Thank you very much to Japan, to Nara Prefecture, for this amazing event. And on behalf of the Basque Culinary Center and our General Manager, Mr. Jose Maria Sega, I would like to thank and congratulate the Japanese people for these memorable days here in Nara. We are really overwhelmed by all the delicacies, by the warmth, tradition, and professionality of the team involved. And of course, we have learned, we have laughed, and we have eaten these days, and not specifically in this order. This edition of the forum has set really high standards for all of us, but I'm sure that we are committed in the Basque Culinary Center with the support of the Basque government, of course, with the amazing team from WTO, that we are up to the task and ready for the challenge. Do not expect from us, from the Basques, to follow the noble art of hara hachi wu. We are really good eaters. I'm sure that there you will enjoy the Basque taste, and by Basque taste I don't mean the world-famous cheesecake, but in general our way of enjoying life around food. San Sebastian is a city that celebrates life and good food, so we are sure that it will be the perfect scenario for next year's forum, and we are looking forward to welcoming the global family of gastronomy tourism. I thank you very much for this opportunity, and as we say in Basque, ongi etorri, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As we already mentioned, next year, the journey will take us to San Sebastian in Spain, where the Basque government and the Basque Culinary Center will be hosting the 8th UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism. To tell us more, I would like to welcome on the stage Mr. Javier Hurtad, Tourism Counselor of the Basque Government. Please welcome.
Konnichiwa. It is an honor to take over the baton from Nara for the celebration of the 8th World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism. I assure you that it will be indeed with your appetite, because the Basque Country is a unique destination internationally recognized for its gastronomy. The Basque Country is a small territory that can be covered from end to end in just 2 hours by car, and yet the variety of plants, resources, and activities is almost infinite. We can wake up in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, San Sebastián, where I hope to see you all next year. Afterwards, we can tour the Basque Coast and arrive in Bilbao to eat and enjoy its cultural life and museums, with some as emblematic as the Guggenheim. And at sunset, what better than to walk through the vineyards of Rioja Alavesa, one of the most prestigious appellations of origin worldwide, visit its winners and dine in a restaurant overlooking its landscapes. Porque si también hay algo único en el País Vasco, es que se come bien siempre, en todas partes e independientemente.
Well, of course, it is also related with the budget we offer. The menus are very broad. We are able to offer a lot of different food. So the theme is fusion. Pinchos, those are served on small dishes as the appetizers, and you'll be able to enjoy them. And also Michelin star restaurants are located there, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to enjoy them. And globally well-known chefs are located in the restaurants in Basque, and they run a lot of Michelin star restaurants. So come to think about gastronomy. Gastronomy exists in Basque, and I hope you'll be able to enjoy a Basque area on the gastronomy tourism as a best destination.
Ethical Code of Tourism in the Basque Country in 2019, being one of the pioneer territories in doing so and with the support of the World Tourism Organization. As of today, around 600 companies in the Basque tourism sector have adhered to it, guarantee the commitment to quality, respect for those who visit us and their culture. For all these reasons, the Basque Country is today a plural, diverse, hospitable destination with a great variety of resources and internationally recognized gastronomy. And today, we are proud to take the baton of holding the 8th World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism in 2023 in the Basque Country, which will once again place us at the center of the world gastronomy. Somos sede permanente de este foro en años alternos y les puedo asegurar que no es por...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, lastly, I would like to express my thanks to all of you. So, for your future, how are you going to lead your life? Are you going to respect your friends and based on your philosophy? If it is so, I would like to continue to respect. Thank you very much.
Now, to whet our appetite, let's watch this wonderful video of this tasteful destination.
Turista maitea. I live in a place where gastronomy is culture, and culture is identity. Euskadi is still written without a hashtag, and experience without filters. Here, green is green, and blue is blue. I want you to know that I'm waiting for you with open arms and an open mind. I'll respect your beliefs, culture, and identity. I'll show you how to speak with a glance and observe with your words. In exchange, I'd like to ask that when you visit Euskadi, you respect my culture and my neighbors. Look after the land and the sea so they will continue to be those postcards in which I live. See you soon.
Congratulations, San Sebastian. And now everyone, it's a wrap. It's the end of the 7th UNWTO World Forum on Gastronomy Tourism here in Nara, Japan. Thank you so much for your participation. And thank you to all our great speakers, and thank you to all our key players of the gastronomy tourism industry, and all our participants who came all the way to Nara, Japan to be here with us in person. And of course, our online viewers, you are never forgotten. You are part of us, and you have been for the entire 2 days. And if you are participating in the excursions tomorrow, please make sure you know where you're going and what time your bus departs. It's all written on your name tag. And lastly, it's been a great pleasure for me to host this incredible event. And I really look forward to seeing you again here in Japan. With all my heart, I say, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you. I'll see you in San Sebastian, Spain. Thank you.